right, who else is here that needs a review that hasn't got one? Zero. Didn't we say we were doing yours today? Are we getting yours out?
It doesn't matter anymore. I actually got fired today, so I got plenty of time.
What the fuck? Yeah. All right, Sage. I yelled at you, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You yelled at me pretty bad. Let's see if it's stuck or if I gotta yell at you again.
TikTok liked that I yelled at you. You can't stand this far back, or the ADC. I'm so tempted to go next. How long have you been here now? A week? Why aren't we up there? What are we waiting for, though?
I think I'm just scared of the shiver poke because she hurt pretty bad when she was hitting me with her Q.
What poke? When we go all in, what poke? We'll look at another one. This pisses me off. If you do this in this game too, then you already know what I'm gonna say to you. And now we're not auto attacking for 2. I mean, what the fuck? We're not even practicing core components here. I made all these videos. I spent all this time. How many times would you say I've talked about level 2 all-ins? A billion.
20, 30.
Exhaustingly so. This isn't tea time. You paid how many dollars to have me coach you?
500.
Yes, $500 for me to yell at you and tell you things, right? I harp on level 2 all-ins. I tell you that it's good. I tell you that it works. I tell you that it gives you agency back. You're letting little Timmies run you out of lanes after we've done all this time on this. We literally might as well go over here in the middle and I turn on some fucking jazz music and we just start rolling dice and flipping fucking coins around.
Yeah, I didn't like that it was on TikTok, but I guess,
oh, sorry.
No. Yeah, I was like, is the video not enough for you? You gotta put me at the very beginning of the video.
Did you
a lot of criticism on both sides.
Yeah, that's why. Never worry about comments. I was gonna say if comments bugged you, don't let them bug you. Wow. So yeah, look, dude.
Yeah.
See,
this right here is what Neace wanted.
Isn't this so much better though, dude? You know, we were joking about the TikTok thing, but
yeah,
this right here, like this proves it though. Like you made the adjustment, and now you're playing really confident. I love the positioning, like this, the way you play it here. I think you might be telegraphing a bit too much. So like right here, this is why I got on you about this. This is gonna die just naturally, and you're walking forward. You see the difference? Like watch. This is perfect.
Yeah, I was saving my ability because I knew I had level 2 coming up.
Yes. Are you starting to see that it's a trap?
Yeah.
It's a trap. And so what you wind up doing is when you start putting yourself out there, yeah, you probably fed a bit learning it, right? But now you're going to be able to snatch back agency from people that are playing passive and are playing, you know, to just kind of chill. And in doing this, like you open well, you get the ignite, Seraphine makes her meh bullshit noise, and you're good to go. Yeah, that was so much better. And now, you know, you're in charge of the early game. I saw you message me. I didn't respond back. I was busy, but you were like, I'm scared to do this with Seraphine, but you see, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's going to be some lanes. Yeah, there's going to be some lanes.
Support coach. Yeah.
Good.
Talked to him. He was like, yeah, I can do this on Soraka. If I can do this on Soraka, you can 100% do this on Seraphine.
Yeah. Every support coach. Like, it's funny because people think because I don't play support often that I don't know what I'm talking about with this stuff, with the all-ins and all that. But you got to understand, dude, like I've done every single role and climbed every single role, and it's all the same. Because part of it too is like, if you can't do it, the enemy will tell you.
Yeah.
They'll push into you faster than you can push into them, but that's just a stepping stone. You start to see, okay, I can't outpush this lane, and you just kind of make a mental note, like I can't push for 2 versus this, like it's not playable, right?
Yeah.
And then once you know, and then there's gonna be times where they should have pushed for level 2 and you just acted more confident and they gave it to you. It's like a bluff. I always say that, you know, these types of experiences within the game are almost like little conversations where you're not actually talking, right? It's like when you're pushing into somebody, you're basically communicating. You're like, hey, do you know that you beat me here? And if they back off, they're basically saying, no, I don't. And so that's why you do it that way. So yeah, dude, I'm happy with this though. That is an improvement for sure. And I like to see it. I like to see you actually getting your hands dirty and not just being a passenger on the bus, right?
Yeah, I definitely was worrying about it quite a lot when I was playing. Like, I would go back to watch VODs after I lost. Like,
Good.
I'm
That's
gonna
what I
get
want.
yelled at again for the level 2. And then that's when I realized you got a bunch of health. When you can ask a bunch of the people in here. I was in here and I was like, do you think he's gonna yell at me about this? They're like, he might. I'm like, fuck.
He might. But no, but you're seeing why I think it's important. Because it's a chance to get that early momentum, right? If you first blood,
Yeah.
and then you start running a game over, it was your doing. I played support today on stream because we were having the tournament issues. Did you see the game where I played Morgana?
No, it was not on at all today.
So
a little bit later.
We were facing a Shaco, and I had Chase Shaco on my podcast, and he told me that if you invade at 120, Shaco normally places a box here, right? I was playing Morgana, so I assist pinged my team, and we all sat in this bush, and I just kept assist pinging, and one guy tried to leave, I'd ping him back. At 120, I invade just like he told me, right?
Yeah.
Flash, Shaco, you know how Shaco always takes like Ignite Smite. Level 1, he only has boxes, so Flash, kill the Shaco, and from that momentum, my Caitlyn basically went on to 1v9. Now, I can definitively track back that win to me.
Yeah.
Like, I write that game off as like, I carried that game. You know, I may not have played perfectly throughout the rest of the game, but when I saw the option to take advantage of the match, I did it. Right? Like, I found a play. We made it happen. Even if I'd flashed and missed my cue, I gave myself a solid chance to impact the game positively. And that's basically what my coaching's like. If someone could summarize my coaching, that's what I aim for everybody to think about is like, I want you to end the game knowing that you tried to come up with a play, right? Not just coexisted. Like, you tried to impact the game positively.
I think that's a different perspective. Like, that's not a perspective I've ever taken from support. Like, I never really feel like I carry games, but now I understand why I don't feel like that, because I don't think that way.
Good work, man. Good work. I'm proud of
Thank
this. I'm glad you didn't I'm glad you didn't take the fury and just clam up and be like, I'm not gonna do it, fuck that guy.
Nah,
See here.
I was mainly upset about the TikTok. I'm like, come on, there was no need. I've already got put on blast in 2 different areas. I don't need a third. I'm a meme now. Thanks, niece.
It's okay.
Guys,
it's okay.
Guy spent $500. Didn't listen to coach. Huh?
Well, what if I put up the TikTok of you improving? Listen, man, I've been doing like content for years. And so when it comes to like, I'll have a legit coaching session on there, like on any platform. And it doesn't matter what I put out. Like, there's going to be at least a couple people who are always just like hating.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it does not matter. Like, I've had people flame me for just like there was one recently on there that was like me yelling at a Nocturne guy, and there's a bunch of people like arguing with the coaching, and it's like, I know that the people arguing with the coaching have never even touched any high elo ever, so it's like,
Yeah.
but they're gonna say it. Like, they just need to, they want to be heard, you know? Like, that's really what it is. They just want to be heard so bad that I just say whatever, fuck them. I mean, my results, like, I've been doing this for so long. Like, I don't think I would have as many clients by now if I was truly as terrible as people like to insinuate. You have to understand that League is one of those games where a lot of people want to pretend that it's like sunshine and rainbows all the time.
Oh,
And that any aggression is seen as like, oh, that's so toxic. It's like, no, well, how do you expect people to change?
Yeah.
You know, how do you expect people to like get out of the habit? Like, yeah, some people, I yell at some people and they might just, you know, not be able to take it. But guess what? Most of the clients that have gotten my coaching, they've seen my videos. So they already know that there's a chance that I might yell at them. Yeah.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
And it's not personal.
Yeah.
It's like, I do this all day. This is all I do, dude. I am so terrible at every other thing in life. Like, it's not even a joke. I would never be like, oh, well, I'm a good coach, so therefore I know your experience is like, fuck that. I only know this game. And I'm only coming at people from the perspective of, I just want people to get better at this game. Like, I totally
Yeah.
understand that most of you guys are probably way more talented than me and so many other elements of life. It purely is, I just know this shit well. That's it. That's all.
Yeah, you have life skills, but I can beat your cheeks on this game.
That's literally it.
You have life skills.
I have literally invested so much of my time to be able to be in a position to coach this game, because you know if I didn't do that, what the fuck would I be by this point? 32.
I would love to add this to you. You know, you may know this game really, really well, but I think you're a fucking good coach. So
Thanks, man.
don't live that down. You're good. You're an actual good coach. You have 2 skills. 2 skills now.
Thanks, man.
This coming from Lil Tweak.
Okay, Lil Tweak told you that.
Lil
All right,
Tweak,
you make
Lil
sure
Tweak.
everybody knows.
Right in the tombstone, Lil Tweak.
Lil Tweak told me.
I was endorsed by Little Tweak.
Lil Tweak.
Little tweak on the come up.
All right, enough fluffing.
Oh, I had a game last night though where I just popped off. I don't know if you saw that one. And I actually had the old Neace voice started creeping in. I was chasing 80 carry into tower, and Lulu was keeping him alive, and I was like, I could keep chasing and maybe I get the kill, but I'm 6-0, and that's gonna give him a lot. So I
Yeah, if
turned
you
the
can
rein and
identify,
flashed out.
shit like that on the fly, that's where you're like, it's almost like your consciousness is a little bit more open, and you're like, wait a minute, this is a bad move.
The Neace Spidey sense is kicking in. Should I be here right now? His healing is just ridiculous.
So your problem here is that you are trying to do this again. This is what's killing you.
Without my E.
Yes.
Yep.
You were good. Your open was fine, I think. It looked confident. You missed an auto here, but that's just me nitpicking. I also would have just used a corrupting pot as soon as the E comes down. So does he have one too? Okay, he does not. So what you do is you walk up and you started okay.
Get the stacks up.
Yeah.
He's in there.
And then corrupting pot now would have been dope. And then you could auto him again with confidence and feel okay about it. But you were scared because he was like, you know, he's starting to win the trade. But if you throw up the corrupting pot, auto one more time and touch the brush, it would have been spotless. And then from here, see, he's got a lower cooldown as E than you, right? And this is just a feel thing. You just have to wait the extra 4 before fucking with him again.
Gotcha.
So here, when you walk up, this is the takeaway with Jax. When you start getting versus better players, these guys are going to start battling more, right? And so what I want you to get comfortable with is understanding that your E is everything in these trades. If you E him and he backs down, great. Now we can just slow push. If he's doing this shit where because right now after you hit the E, like I'll show you what happens. You're actually in not that bad a shape here. You don't have to rush. You can wait for your E happily. Because even though the wave is even, you can see that like he's a little behind, right? And once you get your E back, you've got better AoE than he has. So you're gonna get the push, and you've got corrupting pots. So don't forget, like when you're doing these battles, fight with the E, but use that corrupting pot right away. Because you're not afraid to die, right? With Jax. Like that's what I want you to get in your head. Like if you can trade with E and not just like throw the lane away. So these melee matchups, Wukong, Tryndamere, well, maybe not Darius, but like Renekton, shit like that. When you can fight early, like you are going to battle. You're not going to back down. It's very important because every Jax that beats me, that's how they play. They don't back down for shit. They'll just into me. They don't care. So, and those are the good ones.
As Neace mentioned, his damage.
Well, I think
We have to. I'm like skipping over this. I don't know why the hell you're in mid. I'm gonna see this again.
I think they were low from the battle earlier. Oh no, I'm just.
Oh my god.
I got the bull.
Why is this bad though? Let's think about why this is bad. What's wrong with this play?
Not inted for no reason, so there's really no like damage that was done to get them low. Barrier.
I don't mind you looking for the
2v1.
shutdown. I don't mind you looking for the shutdown gold. The problem is like, I hate to be that guy, but you'd be very, very close to your item right now.
Yeah.
Right? Like, That's the thing. The item would help a lot with this goofiness that you're about to showcase to the world. But like realistically, I like that you're trying to make a play. Yeah. It's just he's level 11 and he's got a guy right on top of him, so it's just a really wide all in. Like if you do something like this, if you go for a play like a flash E whatever, you better be pretty confident that the damage is enough before he can retaliate. Because if he retaliates with this level lead, you're just fucked. You don't get to play.
Yeah.
Because he E's and then he's gonna barrier.
Yeah.
And like you don't do a terrible job here, but it's just he's just too close to tower and he's too close to his teammate and you don't have a wave there. There's a lot of things off in that one.
Oh yeah, and I was trying to turn the game too. We were kind of behind. I was looking for a way to.
You don't have to rush that fast though. So. You don't have to rush that fast. You're fine. Oh, Xerath is scary. Okay. Listen, just future reference. Any poke champ gets fed, you're fine. Seriously, they can't leave tower. Can't go anywhere.
Yeah, because you're right. Because later on, after I get 2 items or 3 items, I can 2-shot him regardless.
Yep.
So
okay. Just stay splitting. He can't do what you can do. He can hold the tower. So push and try to get him to hold the tower, and then just run around, like go in the jungle and try to catch him rotating or something. So like the play would be you push and then you just back down like this, like straight line, so you don't tell on yourself, and then just beeline like this, and then later in the game when his team's split up, you just go hunting for him. When he tries to rotate back, like he'll go this way, you can maybe catch him. You see what I'm saying? You catch him like here, do shit like this. If you pull him off a tower, it doesn't matter if he has 80 kills, he's dead.
Yeah.
You just win. That's why I fucking can't stand playing Xerath. Because it's any poke champ. I want to be that guy that's like responsible for the win, but with poke champs, you just can't push out. Like you're just like, team, please, like walk up, give me air so I can poke them. Right? And it's just, if you don't have that, you're stuck. So don't feel discouraged. Anytime a poke champ gets fed, you just feel kind of like, all right, that sucks, but it's not going to end the game.
I'll get him later. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So I think by grouping, I think you lose this game. Because you're getting a lot of value. You're getting a lot of value when he does shit like hold top. Because if he's with you, this is what I tell every top laner, and I want it to sear into your brain, okay? If you're losing, why the fuck would you group?
Interesting. Yeah, my thought there was if I group, maybe they won't suck as bad.
yeah. Right? You're like, well, 5v5 for some reason. Yeah. But you need to view it like this.
They all die, which you're going to do anyway, and then I can at least get some towers, some CS. Yeah.
So you're basically opting in to this, or
I pull off one of their stronger guys, Wukong.
Exactly. So look how much gold this guy has on him. If he's holding you, well, now all of a sudden the gold disparity isn't even that bad. Do you see what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
This is what a lot of top laners miss, and you're playing a lower elo, so it's whatever. But I'm saying, like, I see fucking diamond players. They'll have some like giga fed fucking. I mean, in this case, you didn't even really like get stomped on by the Wukong that hard or anything. But like, I'll see a top laner feed somebody, right? And they're just kind of chilling. It's like a 4-0 Riven, right? And they're just chilling up there, and our team's doing well. And then all of a sudden, the guy who's losing groups, and then there's like a giga Riven following him, and you just want to like shake them. It's like, can you get this fucking guy away from us so that we can win? Yeah. Similar thoughts here. If you pull Xerath to you, and then we work this, because this is the angle I want you to remember from this VOD review tonight. You get the push, you got some pokey champ like right here. Back straight up, maybe hop the wall for Gromp, and mind game right in here. Just do weird shit. Get on this corner. Get on this corner, right? Get in this little pocket here and just fuck with people. Because if you get comfortable like navigating this space when the rest of the team isn't there, you can start finding kills where most people would just kind of like not really get anything done. Yeah.
And whatever, yeah.
Yeah, cool. That's a really dope spot. But yeah, man, that's a good review. I like that one. Who's next? Was it
Just laugh.
Just laugh. That's who it was. Perfect.
Just a forewarning, all the losses that are in my history, I typed in. I'm sorry. Got tilted on my gourd. Like, I woke up one day and literally all my fucking teeth hurt because like I ate like a pint of ice cream, then immediately went to bed, and just so much pain.
So here, like, this should be a freeze again, in my opinion. So you have it right there. So just go like this. And just kind of pull up. And then come back down and just keep this position so that you can be safe for a bit. Because you're basically moving forward. Like, watch. You're about to move forward. Oh, well, you still have 2 little minions here, I think, for it to be a freeze. It was fine. This actually isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, though. Because you did slow it down. You didn't just clear it like a psycho, which is good. But then you start autoing kind of willy-nilly. You could have stacked one more, I think. Okay, well, you can't stop it now because Pike autos. You need a hard shove here. You get stuck. Don't get stuck. And you need to queue the whole wave. Uh-oh. Okay. Nah, you shouldn't be fighting. Fuck this. Yeah. So, did you see how I was getting progressively more nervous as you were pushing forward? Did you hear it in my voice?
I mean, I'm not really in a position to be up that far. From what I'm gathering, like I should just be trying to hold a freeze the entire time.
No, so this, what I'm saying is that if you cross the midway point, we never want to get stuck here, okay? This is doom. The only time that you want to get stuck here is when you're really squashing a lane. Are we really squashing the lane right now?
No.
Not really. And we don't know where Shaco is.
Hyperscaling and failures.
We don't know where Shaco is either. Right? And look where our Volibear is. So the reason that you're hearing that in my voice where I'm just like, oh, brother, we are in such a poop spot, right? It's because what's going to happen to you is that eventually someone's going to come down here and it's going to be really hard to get out. So you see how you threw that Q there? Q should just hit everything. And just get the fuck out. Like, get this wave under and get us the hell out of here. I don't want to be here. I want to go home. I want s'mores. I want s'mores. I want fucking, you know, I want some popcorn and watch Netflix right now. I don't want to be here. This sucks. It's dangerous out here. We're in dark alleyways with the creepers.
Quick question as support. When I get into this situation, I should just shove and say fuck you EDC and just push it under.
You assist
like
ping it,
backup,
so
right?
you assist ping it, auto every minion that's like healthy enough to where you're not taking it. So like a minion will get low and then you just swap target,
just
right?
Stop.
Yeah.
Okay.
Swap target and just keep
So
autoing.
I should save abilities and not use it on the wave then?
You can use it on the wave as long as it's not killing the wave and as long as it's not exposing you to danger.
Okay.
So like in this spot, Caitlyn, since Nautilus is not level 6 yet, Caitlyn should have walked up because she has flash and E, and she should just queue this whole wave and just keep autoing as fast as she can. Because at this point, I don't mind losing farm. I really don't. I mean, I'll take the farm that we can get, of course. But this position is so bad for us that if we get ganked here, if someone gets, you know, if someone happens to wrap around through this angle or something, you know, a TP flank, we're just dead. We're just fucked. To this comp,
Gotcha.
where Voli is, where Vagar is, we're not getting any help. So once you see them pushed up here, you see he's not actively autoing. He should be autoing the whole time because if we don't, it's basically what he's doing by not autoing is he's setting himself up. He's staying here longer, right? He's a situation that was going to last this long is now lasting this long because he's not autoing.
Got ya.
So he's gonna get stuck.
For 1 minion.
Yep. So you're gonna get stuck. Now you pushed it, but look, you walk up.
Yep.
But what are you really gonna do to them?
Yeah. As soon as this is pushed, you just go back home.
You just walk away and just leave, because you need to recognize impending doom, right? This is impending doom because you don't know where the jungler is. The vision is empty, and it's fine if the wave goes under tower. This is good. You don't have to walk under tower. Don't get me wrong. If you were squishing this lane and knocking down plates and we had the vision there, I'm all for it, right? I'm all for you being confident. But here, it just it's clear as day that something bad's about to happen to us. And the longer we're standing here, the more exposed we are. So when you walk up, engage happens. Now your flash is gone. And now they're train tracking at you. And they force you out, basically. Which I'm not even sure you needed to back, but... if you had shoved the wave and decided to leave back here, you wouldn't have ever been in this position at all. And you would have been fine.
I think in that position, like, I was more scared of them freezing on me because they were so far ahead, or felt so far ahead at the time.
Well, that's precisely the point. If you're afraid of them freezing on you, get the wave out of there.
Just a thing. If in a few days, like after the boot camp ends, if you like wanted like this wave management stuff is like the one thing I actually have down. So if you wanted to talk, I could try to help you with wave management after Neace is gone.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of other things keeping me sober, but wave management and CS is like the one thing I actually am good at.
What the fuck?
Magic things that help me.
Yeah, positionally here, where's that Nautilus? It's just not gonna work. Cage is fine.
Everybody kind of dipped out on me.
Yeah. So,
Should've saw it.
Everybody died.
So a couple things here. Yeah, they dipped out. They went to fucking. They went on their graycations. That's what happened. So what I'm seeing here, you know, you got some mechanical goofiness going on. What I would recommend that you do in particular is mark down right now in your head, like anytime that you're past, remember, past the halfway point, eyes need to go to minimap, okay? You need to know. You need to stop and go, I'm about to fuck with this tower, right? If I don't know where the jungler is and you cross this halfway point, you need to go. Like, get this out of here and back the fuck up until we know more info.
Yeah.
Like in that mid, like after the, you know, the level 2s and all that, like start viewing it that way. Because you can't afford to, basically guys, the game can't surprise you. Okay, if you get ganked, don't just throw up your hands and go, oh no, he's bottom. How could I have ever, like, if you don't know where he is, it's really just like it's a 1 in 3 that he's there. Do you see what I'm saying? Pretty good chance.
Yeah.
It's probably higher than a 1 in 3 because if you're pushed past the halfway point, so let's say for example, if you're pushed past the halfway point and the jungler's sitting here on the mini map and this mid is pushed to here, where do you think you would go if you were a jungler? You just go to bottom. Why not, right? That's the easy one. I mean, yeah, advanced junglers might try to do some dive shit, but generally speaking, that's pretty rare.
One thing that I think is applicable that I learned from watching some of Saber's YouTube videos,
Yeah.
is in this position also like I understand Riven doesn't have TP, but like look at the wave state top. It's like if Riven had TP, she'd be showing up. Syndra's pushed in.
More life.
So you can expect Syndra's looking to roam.
Exactly. Yes.
Like, you need to like look at the wave, like not just the jungler, like look at top and mid wave state to see if they're like able to come without missing a wave.
Yeah,
Because,
if you spot that one's pretty advanced to catch for sure.
Yeah.
The one I would view it in terms of like first start with the jungler, then try to incorporate watching the mid laner, and then if you get really advanced, start thinking about whether or not that top laner can ever go down there somehow.
Yeah.
And then once you can do all that, then the game starts to unlock a bit more because you start going, oh, I should back off now. You start having that like spider sense that high elo players have, where you'll just see somebody like back away from the tower and stand here randomly, and you're just like, wait, what the fuck? And then a bunch of people pop out of the bushes, and you're like, oh.
Basically, at all times, you need to have a mental tally of how many people can be here without missing their wave.
Yeah. Or just jungle camps.
Definitely not this game, but a couple of times, like I've like kind of taken to heart like the dive principle. So like whenever like mid waves push all the way up, I don't see mid laner, and then like it's in a situation kind of similar. Like the wave is like halfway past, but towards me, and like I don't see the jungler or the mid. Like I just kind of start walking back to a tier 2 tower.
Yeah, you would just hug the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I would say. Because a lot of people walk back, but they walk back in front of this brush. But the thing that you've got to realize is that
Most
that
people have skill
brush-
shots can reach that far.
well, it's not even, it's that they can't see you if you hug the wall. It's kind of funny. Like if they're just sitting in the bush, yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, see how your vision doesn't fully extend out to the bush. The bush's vision is not going to fully extend.
Yeah. It's like this. It's like a perfect little angle for you to just kind of scoot through. But make sure you like Metal Gear Solid and do the fucking back sneak here.
Just for this one, like it felt bad playing. Like I literally couldn't think through my tooth hurt. So, but these autopilot habits I have, I'm definitely looking to correct them and learning how to dribble properly, or continuing to practice anyway.
Yeah, I would say the big takeaway here is Caitlyn's really hard to play, so you're already juggling that, and then you have to juggle all this nonsense going on. So just remember, as a rule of thumb, like if you are crossing the halfway point and you see jungler up here or something, feel free to just bomb these guys for a little bit, right? Feel okay about it. However, if you start crossing the halfway point and you look around, you're like, I don't know where the jungler is and we don't have good vision, right? Then literally just crash the wave and back straight up. Yep. Literally pretend that the people that you can't see are pathing at you, and imagine what's the worst thing they could do. Because sometimes that is actually what makes the difference. Like a classic example would be, you know, you're pushing and at the last second you turn and walk away. And right as you turn and walk away, Pantheon ult like lands like where you were standing, right? It's like, you've got to be thinking like that. You got to be thinking like, oh, if Pantheon ulted me right now, would I die? If the answer is yes, you may want to just start walking backwards.
Okay.
Like imagine the survival horror thing is so true too, because like I always say, like, imagine the worst case scenario. Like, what if our opponents played absolutely perfectly right now? How the fuck would I get out? Like, what would I do? Like, what's the scariest flash engage from their team? Because you'll notice that's the thing that'll really start to make you a lot better at the game, is if you're anticipating like certain flashes or certain flanks or certain ults and you play off of them and then they happen, you feel like you are literally Jesus playing this game. You're like, I'm the best. Like, there's nobody who's better than me at this game. That's how you'll feel, because you'll be like, I identified something that was a lethal without seeing it on my screen, without any indication on the mini map. And that's where the dope shit happens. But cool. Thank you, man.
Thank you.